How's it going, guys? I'm DragonTyr, and welcome to our day one review of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So today I'm joined with my friend Michael, and we are going to tell you our thoughts of the game after playing it for... How long have we been playing it?
5 hours, maybe?
5, yeah. Going 6 hours, maybe. We've unlocked nowhere near all the characters, but, you know...
Actually, 8 hours.
Oh, 8 hours? Okay, well, it doesn't...
Time gets away from you.
Either way, well, to be fair, it's one of these games.
Yeah.
First off, it's kind of a cool thing, but also I think it's kind of a pro-con situation. You only start off with the original 8 characters.
Whereas I quite enjoy that concept of it. I think it forces you to kind of maybe stick to those characters, whereas I remember in Brawl, when you started, or I feel like I remember, who knows if that's true, it was a long time ago now, that when you start you have quite a few characters to choose from, so then you can pick one or two of the best ones, or one of the two that would be like unlockable characters in the earlier ones, and you can stick with them, whereas this one, it's forcing you to go back to the roots of the game and maybe learn how to play a character you haven't exactly been great with in the previous ones.
Oh yeah, like no doubt, it's not like exactly terrible, but like it is a bit like, you know, especially, you know, you pay $100, you buy the game, and then all of a sudden your favorite character takes you,
you know, grind
hours
for
and
days.
hours and hours or days, you know, playing just to get it. Like, and it isn't like, I will admit, the positive note with it is that unlocking the characters doesn't seem to be a difficult task by any mean.
No, so we should probably explain a little bit. So unlike in at least Melee, when it had certain rules to get certain characters, this one you just play for certain time period, or you do classic mode, and every time you beat classic mode you get a character unlock, but it's completely random. So you have 73 potential characters to unlock, so your chances of getting the exact one you want get a lot harder. So that's where the con comes in, I suppose.
Yeah, and you can play through the story, I can't remember what it's called, the World of Light?
Yeah.
One, where you can get them, and you can kind of like pick paths and stuff like that, and you can unlock them through that. But it seems really grindy. It seems like you have to fight a lot of matches just to get one character, and it isn't like you get much of a choice or randomness to it. It just seems very like you pick a path and you kind of go that way. And it takes a long time, I think, compared to...
I think that would be the longest way to get them, for sure.
If you just brawl with friends or you play classic mode, it seems really easier compared to...
On the other hand, though, I think the story probably gives you more, so it's probably keeps you more engaged. So it may take longer to get those characters, but there's more to do. And they've introduced all these new mechanics, like you get spirits and stuff that you equip to yourself that give you different stats and boosts. And then in the adventure mode, in the World of Light, when you're doing every level, it has like restrictions on your fighting. So one of them was like your jump is decreased and the floor is poison and stuff, so you have to do the fight like that to then progress, which is quite interesting.
Yeah, it gives you a bit of a challenge to it. The only negative I would have to say about the actual main storyline of this, or the main story adventure of this game, would be the fact that you can only do it solo. I find that, like, I know in the original, like the very, very, very original on the Nintendo 64 was like that. It was all, the multiplayer was just beating each other up kind of thing. But I feel as if like the last couple of installments we've have had the multiplayer story, and that's where I feel like it's a bit disappointing to see that this one on a console that allows you to play anywhere with any amount of people. I feel like they kind of limited it by making the story just with one person.
You can have 16 people?
Yeah, I think
play a match. I think it's the same as Wii U and 3DS.
I think so. I know.
I know 8 or 6.
It could be 8. I really don't know. But I know when we were brawling around just for shits and giggles, we added in 8 characters with 4 different teams, 2 each, and it was chaotic enough.
I feel like there was I feel like I've seen something where if you have 2 consoles and then you did it online, you can get 16 in, or is it, or could you just set up a tournament of 16 people maybe?
I don't know. It could have been that. I really can't remember. I haven't seen anything recently, but I haven't also done that much research myself either, so it's a bit...
I've done exactly 0 research. So.
Yeah. So far though, we've been unlocking a majority of our characters is we've been playing the classic mode,
which you can play co-op.
Yeah, which made it fun, and it turns out like every character, whoever player 1 is, seems to get it picks like the classic mode in itself.
Yeah.
And then you pick a difficulty.
It's like a mini story, and you
Yeah.
fight the characters, like the enemies from that game, or the characters from that game. And then we did discover that the end boss seems to vary, depending especially on which certain kind of key Nintendo characters you are. So
Yeah.
I think Mario had Bowser as his last boss, and then
Yep.
some of the Brawl, like from Fire Emblem and stuff, they had Master Hand and Crazy Hand.
Yep.
And then who was the
Link had Ganon.
Link had Ganon, yep.
So
and
we've seen that. And
Yoshi had a dragon from Monster Hunter. I'm pretty sure.
We think it's Monster Hunter.
not 100%
It doesn't seem to fit any other game that we can think of off the top of my head.
But we're not sure why Yoshi got that.
Yeah,
It could just be a random assignment, because the Fire Emblem got the Master Hand and Crazy Hand, so it could be just similar to that.
Yeah, and it also could be just complete potluck random, and
Yeah.
it just so happens.
There's been coincidence every time that,
Yeah.
that those key characters get their main enemy.
I played normal Link and I played young Link, and we got Ganon both times with him. So I felt like that was definitely
Seemed
something
like more
that seemed
concrete
to.
proof.
Yeah, we get to play every single character as we're going through it, and it only affects the first player. If the second player plays something completely different or random, it doesn't affect it at all. It just seems to be whatever player 1 is.
Yeah, so if you have a friend that's real bad with Jigglypuff, maybe get another friend that's really good with some other character, and then you can unlock Jigglypuff's spirit, because that's what you get at the end.
Yes,
by relying on your second player friend having a really good character.
And it's very different, because if I remember correctly, in the Wii U version, when you're doing the classic, maybe not the classic build, but when you're doing the thing, you get to pick your difficulty. So you'd start off going straight to Intense 10, and if you sucked, you'd eventually just start wearing it down as you kept dying. In this one, however, it only lets you go to the middle, which is about 5 difficulty. Yeah. And as you get better and you win the matches really well, it goes up in difficulty. However, if you die, you have to spend gold, which is a new mechanic as well that I've noticed. As you're when you do random brawls or you complete things, you get gold for winning matches and stuff from what I've seen.
You did get coins in Brawl.
Did you?
You did, because you used to be able to shoot them at the trophies and everything.
And
every time you died and continued in at least All-Star mode, because it's all I'm thinking, but I'm sure it was Classic mode as well and stuff, it would cost you coins, but I can't 100%, I haven't played that game in many years.
It's been a while.
Many moons.
It's been a while, but so you use coins, or you get there's tickets as well, but we're not going to go too far into them. It just seems to be something you earn as you do the hardest stuff in the game.
I think we only earned 2.
Yeah, we didn't earn that much, which I try not to use them either. But yeah, so that's how you get up to that, and it was an interesting mechanic. I was having fun playing Classic mode. After we do this and record, we're probably going to play it a bit more times and do Classic mode again a bit more, maybe.
Yeah, we started off pretty good, and then had to move to characters that we aren't so good with, and then it even took a bit of a dip.
Yeah, no, it really did. It does.
And then every match you win, you Lachlan, like Tia said, you start at 5 and then you move up. Depending on how well you do in the fight, it'll either push you up. We got a whole point once.
Yeah, no, we did.
So it moved us straight to intensity 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
And if you do really badly, but you still win without dying, it might push you up to 0.3. So you're on 5.3 or something. And then at the end, I suppose we were trying to get as high as possible, but I think you just get more rewards. The harder it is, and so different spirits and snacks that you feed to your spirits to level them up and stuff. So it's quite a complicated system. It seems like they've kind of just added almost Pokemon into Smash Bros. But
it is a bit of a weird system. We're yet to actually delve into that and actually have a look at that properly. But that seems to, all the spirits and stuff seem to only really go into the solo mode. And so I think that's where it's a bit, you're getting all these spirits and stuff, but it's you can't really use them while you're multiplaying.
I'm sure they will come into online.
Oh yeah,
at some stage they will be because otherwise you've just got two people playing Ganondorf or something together fighting, and then you rely on your spirits to give you the best possible boost and stuff. So your Ganondorf is hopefully so much better than the other person's and stuff.
Yeah, it might bring an interesting element into that if they allow it in multiplayer modes or anything like that. I really have no idea.
If it's not already, we Tia said, we haven't really delved too much into the spirit side of stuff.
Yeah, we've just been focusing mainly on the actual game of like the actual game itself and what you can do with the brawls and stuff. I haven't, once again, something we haven't delved into, but I've noticed that when you're in the brawl menu, you can set your custom fights and save it almost like a playlist. So like if you want special rules or whatever, you can save it as something and then just click that repeatedly when you're doing it.
Yeah, I suppose it would save you some time later on. Well, especially if you have some crazy games that you like to play. Like I remember one of my favorites was you just turned all items off except for the star, Kirby star thing, and then you turn item spawn rate up to highest, and then everyone was just running around trying to get these stars and meteor striking people all the time. But that took 2 minutes to set up, I suppose. Whereas this time, if you have it saved, just click one button and you're there.
Yeah, boom, and you can name it as well. Like it isn't like it's pre-named or anything, so you can call it whatever obscure weirdness that you want to. The one thing that does annoy me with when we're doing the brawls over and over again is that it's mixed up the selection. It used to be you pick your characters, everyone's picked their characters, name themselves, whatever the case may be, and then you click ready, and then you pick a world, then you begin. In this game, however, it seems to go pick a world, pick your characters, then go. But when the match is finished, you can't just redo the fight straight away. It takes you back to the world menu, and then you have to pick your characters again.
Yeah, so your character, you have nothing selected, you're on random, basically. You have to choose characters every single time you want to fight, which is a little bit like it's a slight inconvenience.
It's not the end of the world, but
could be an option maybe to turn it off or something. We haven't, again, looked too deep into it, but it is certainly a bit of a bummer when you've been playing for 8 hours and probably ended up wasting
half an hour, probably. Right. Just sitting there selecting your characters again and stuff. Like
like you select your characters and then you have to choose the color you like again, so you're scrolling through that. It just ends up taking a lot of time.
Yeah, no, it does. At least it remembers how many characters you've got in and what teams you've set up. But other than that, it seems to be. But we get to actually look at like there's a few things we haven't delved into. Like we haven't done any online stuff, obviously. No. I just haven't been bothered. Plus, we're not great players at this game. Like I can't say I'm like. Yes, God, I'm so amazing.
The background footage that you're probably watching while you're hearing us talk at the moment is us absolutely sucking.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh, we'll just record some background footage to something behind the background of this. And as soon as we did that,
our skill level dropped dramatically. Like, we're not brilliant usually, but we're definitely better than what you're seeing.
Like, like we can usually keep up with the what do you call the NPCs being at like a good 7 to 8, I reckon.
Yep.
Usually pretty decently, but we were just.
I think one of those things we were stuck at the 5.5 mark for a while.
Yeah, we were.
And we were still losing, so that was exciting.
Well, it was because it kept putting us against this Dark Samus thing, and it was awful. All right, well, that's going to be it from us for the time being. We can't really, we haven't delved enough into it to really go into full depths. I wasn't planning on doing a playthrough for this just for general reasons of I'm not the greatest player and it might be a really sucky, not a great experience. So if you guys want to see us do some random stuff, feel free to leave a comment down below if you actually want to see anything. If not, I'll leave it at this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it and want to see me do more reviews of any other games or anything you guys would like to see me do. And I'll see you good people in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.